Hello everyone, myself Prabhat Singh, Assistant Professor from ABS Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I will discuss from the subject Discrete Structures and Theory of Logic. The topic of today's lecture is the examples on the quantifiers as well as the inference logic. Basically I will discuss about the few examples on predicate logic as well as the inference logic. Starting from what is quantifiers. In the last class I have discussed about what is a quantifier. There are two types of the quantifiers which we deals with is a universal quantifier as well as the existential quantifiers. That is, we need quantifiers to formally express the meaning of the word all and some. That is, the symbolic representation or the formally expression of the words all and some is being expressed with the help of a word called quantifiers. That is, the two most important quantifiers are, that is a universal quantifier as well as the existential quantifiers. Right? Universal quantifier is used for the statement known as for all. Right? An existential quantifier is used for the statement there exist or some. It is represented by this symbol and this is represented with this symbol. Right? So basically, for all x, Px asserts that Px is true for every x in the domain. Right? For all x, Px asserts that Px is true for every x in the domain. There exists x, Px asserts that Px is true for some x in the domain. For some we are dealing with there exist. For all we are dealing with for all. Agreed? The quantifiers are said to bind the variables x in these expressions. That is, quantifiers are said to bind these variables in the form of the expressions. The variables in the scope of some quantifier are called as bound variable and all other variables are called as a free variables. Now we will see the various examples on, first we will see the examples on predicate logic, that is quantifiers, and then we will see some examples on the inference logic too in order to test the validity of an argument. Right? Starting from, first is the negation of the statement. Whatever the statement given to us, we have to find out the negation of that. The statement can be given in the symbolic form as well as in the statement form. So how we will do? We will check it out. Let us, first example is, for all x, mod of x is equal to x. Now we have to perform the negation of this. For negation, what we will do? We will simply do, if we negate this, what is the meaning of this? For all x, mod x is equal to x. Now how we will do the negation of this? There exists some x. There exists some x. If we do the negation of this, what will happen? Let's talk about if this is given to us. If we do the negation of this, what will happen? This term will change into there exist. And we will perform the negation of all these terms. So what will be the resultant is, for all x is changed into there exist and mod x is equal to x का whole negation. बिकॉज हमें इस स्टेटमेंट का नेगेशन करना है. नेगेशन करना मतलब अभी क्या कहा, कितनी भी x की वैल्यू हो, मॉड x बराबर है x के. लेकिन अगर मैं इसका नेगेशन x कर दूं, नेगेशन करूं तो देयर एग्जिस्ट सम x, कुछ x हैं जिसमें negation of mod x equal to x. Agreed? So negation of mod x equal to x will be the negation of this. Second one is mod x equal for all x, x plus 1 greater than x. Right? If we find out the negation of this, what will happen? For Lx we change into there exist and then negation of x plus 1 greater than x. Or what will simply happen? So this will be written as x plus 1 less than equal to x. Right? If we perform the negation of this. Right? So what we are doing is, for all kind of thing will change into sum, and we will simply perform the negation of whatever the term written in a symbolic form as well as in the statement form. Agreed? Next is, for all x, x not equal to 1 and x not equal to 2. प्लीज रिमेंबर, जितनी भी x की वैल्यूज है उसमें x नॉट इक्वल टू 1 है. दैट इज, वी आर सेइंग दैट फॉर ऑल x not equal to 1 or x not equal to 2. Now if we perform the negation of this, what will happen? This for all x will convert into there exist x, and x is equal to 1 and x equal to 2. So what we have written, x minus 1 multiplication with x minus 2 equal to 0. This is the simple negation of this. Now there exists x such that x square is less than 0. So what we will do? We will do the negation of this. There exists will change into for all x. x square less than 0 का negation करेंगे, that will be what? x square greater than equal to 0. So this is the negation of this symbolic representation. Next is, there exists x square is equal to x. So what will happen? This there exists will change to for all x, right? And this x square equal to x will change into what? X square not equal to x. Agreed? So what we will say, if x square is equal to x and there exists some x, so what we will do? For all x, x square is not equal to x. Next, there exists x plus 2 equals to x. तो इसका negation अगर हम करें तो there exists की जगह for all x and x plus 2 is not equal to x. What we will do? There exists x plus 2 is equal to x will simply be written as for all x plus 2 not equal to x. This is the negation of this. Next, there exists x square equal to 1 and x square minus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. So what will be the negation of this statement? We will get for all x and we will simply do the negation of this. Negation of x square plus 1 and x square minus 2x plus 3. Next, if there is a will, now we are given a statement here. If there is a will, there is a way. So we have to perform the negation of this. If there is a will, there is a way. So what we will do in the terms of the statement, we will simply say that there is a will and there is no way. Agreed? We will simply write it as there is a will and there is no way. And if we perform the negation of this, if this is P implies Q, then we will simply do the negation of this, negation of P and Q. Negation of P implication with Q can be written as this statement. So what we will say, if there is a will and there is a way, that is P implication Q. But if we have to perform the negation of this, negation of P implication Q will return what? P and negation Q. This can be written here. Agreed? So we will simply write is this. All men are mortal. That is simply all men are mortal. So what we will do is, the negation of this statement will be what? Some men are mortal. Right? All men are mortal. The negation of all men are mortal is what? Some men are mortal. So what we will do is, this is the symbolic representation of all men are mortal. This is for all x, mx in implication with wx. But how the negation will return it? There exists mx in implication with wx. These are some of the examples. Next is, we are given a statement, he is poor and laborious, right? He is poor and laborious. So what will be the negation of this statement? That is, he is poor, this is P, and laborious, this is Q. If we perform the negation of this, then we know that negation of P and Q will return this with the help of De Morgan's law. तो इसको सिंपली हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? P और negation of Q. So now what we will say is that it is false that It is false that he is poor and laborious. Simply the negation of whole statement. Right? It is false that he is poor and laborious. और क्या लिख सकते हैं इसे? It is not poor, he is not poor, or not laborious. So simply the negation of this statement is what? We apply not here, and this will be written as or. He is not poor or nor not laborious, or it is false that he is poor and laborious. This statement can be written as this. Next is negate an statement. It is a daylight and all the peoples have arisen. It is a daylight and all the peoples have arisen. So what we have seen that, let's P is a statement which is representing it is a daylight, and Q is a statement which is representing it all the peoples have arisen. So what we will see that this is P and Q. Then the negation of this statement will be negation of P or negation of Q with the help of De Morgan's law, which we are saying here. So how we will write the statement is, it is false that there are three equal statements having the same meaning. It is false that it is a daylight and all the peoples have arisen. Next, it is not the daylight, or it is false that all the peoples are arisen. Next, it is not the daylight or some of the peoples have not arisen. This carries the same meaning. Now, these are the examples of doing the negation of some of the predicate statements. Next is write the following statement into the symbols. Right? This is a statement given to us. A number x is less than 7 and greater than 5. A number is less than 7 and greater than 5. So what we are talking about? We are talking about 6. Less than 7 and greater than 5. So what we are talking about? We are not talking about all. We are talking about what? Some. So therefore we apply here there exists x, x less than 7 and 5 less than x. Agreed? So this return direct as x equal to 6. So that's why we are talking about there exists some x which is less than 7 and greater than 5. For less than 7 we are saying that x less than 7 and 5 less than x, that's why we are representing it at end. If we apply or there, then there will be more number of x possible, right? Next, for a given number x, there is a greater number y. किसी एक नंबर x के लिए कोई एक बड़ा नंबर है y. तो there exists some x, उसमें there मतलब किसी एक नंबर x के लिए there exists some y. किसी एक नंबर x के लिए मतलब there exists some x, there exists some y, that is x is less than y. Agreed? Next, for any two given number x and y, please remember, for any two given numbers x and y, that is we are dealing about all x and all y, there exists a number z, that is we are dealing with for all x, for all y, there exists z, such that the difference of x and y is less than the product of x square and z. This is represented as simple. This is for all x, for all y, there exists some z. For all x, all y, there exists some z, such that x minus y mod, that is the difference of x minus y, is less than x square and z. Agreed? Next is two numbers x, y, z are such that x plus y is greater than x, z. The numbers x, y, z are such that the numbers x, y, z are there exist x, y, z numbers where x, z is less than x plus y. Right? These are the some of the examples in which we are writing the statement into the form of symbolic statements, that is predicate logics. Let's see another example. Write the following predicates into symbolic language. These are some of the predicates which we are writing in the symbolic language. Now, every irrational number is a real number. Every irrational number is a real number. So, what we have done, let Ix is such that x is a irrational number. हमने किसको irrational number मान लिया Ix में और Rx मान लिया x is a real number. Agreed? तो अब जब मैंने irrational number Ix को माना और Rx मैंने real number को माना, तो what we are saying every, for every मतलब they for all x. And now how we represent the statement in the form of a predicate logic is with the help of the implication symbol. So what we are saying, this is for all x, every irrational number is a real number that is represented with the help of implication symbol. Now another example is, every teacher of the college is learned, right? So what we are doing, Tx, x is a teacher of the college, Lx is what? X is learned. So what we are doing, for every, we are writing a statement for all x, and Tx in implication with Lx representing that every teacher of the college is learned, right? Next is, all students are not wise, right? All students are not wise. So what we are saying, that Sx is a statement such that x is a student, Wx is x is wise. So what we are saying is, all students are not wise. So what we are saying is, Sx and Wx for the negation of x, that is all students are not wise. We are writing for what? All students are wise. All students are wise के लिए अगर मैं लिखूं इसे, तो what we are doing is, we are simply writing is all students are wise as negation x, Sx in implication with Wx. But all students are not wise. So what we are doing is, we are simply writing this negation of this Sx and Wx. This is students wise and negation of this is all students are not wise. Some people like to listen only instrumental music. That is, Px is x is a people, Qy is x is an instrumental music, y is an instrumental music, Hxy is x like to listen y, x likes to listen y. Therefore, there exists some x for some. Px is what? Some people likes to listen, that is likes to listen. Px likes to listen Hxy, likes to listen what? Like to listen only instrumental music is Qy. Agreed? So this is the another example. Let's talk about some more examples on this. Write the following predicate into symbolic logic. Some ladies' lower are such that they are also homely ladies, right? So Wx is x is a lady, Lx is x is a lower, and Hx is x is an homely lady, right? So what we are saying is that some ladies' lawyer are such that they are also the homely lady. So what we are representing, Wx में क्या है? X is a lady, Lx is x is a lawyer, and Hx is x is homely lady. So what we are doing? Some के लिए there exist, and we are having the end of everything. This is lady, this is lawyer, and this is homely lady. Agreed? So we perform the conjunction of all the statement together. Every student is a member of NCC or NSS, but some students are not players, right? So what we have written is Sx is a student, Nx is a member of NCC or NSS, and Mx is a member of NSS, and Px is a player. तो what we are doing, हमने एक स्टूडेंट को बताया Sx, Nx मतलब NCC का मेंबर, Mx मतलब NSS का मेंबर, Px मतलब प्लेयर. तो what we have written every student के लिए for all x, Sx स्टूडेंट की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बता रखी हैं. Sx in implication, Sx in implication with what? Nx and Mx, right? Nx and Mx, that is NCC and NSS, but and there exists some y such that student sy and negation of py, and py was what? That is player. Agreed? So what we are doing is student क्या है? Every student is a member of NCC or NSS. So what we are replacing? SX implication with NX and MX. This is the part for the first statement. But some of the students are not players. Some of the students के लिए there exists some y with end of this. Both the statements are together, and then we will simply write sy and py. Right? All men are not mortal. So what we will simply return is, that is for all x, negation of this is mx. Right? Every rational number is a real number. So what we will do? Qx, x is a rational number, Rx, x is a real number. So for all x, Qx in implication with Rx. So this is the examples of quantifiers. Now I will discuss some more examples on the inference logic. Right? I will discuss 3 to 4 examples on inference logic where we have to prove the validity of an argument using various laws of inferences. That was modus ponens, modus tollens, disjunctive syllogism, hypothetical syllogism, simplification laws, as well as the De Morgan's law. First is, test the validity of the following argument. If it rains, then it will be cold. If it rains, then it will be cold. If it is cold, then I will stay at home. Since it rains, therefore I will stay at home. So this therefore I will stay at home is a conclusion, and rest are the premises. Agreed? So what we have done, let P is it rains, Q is it will be cold, and R is I shall stay at home. राइट? तो अब जो भी आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हमें गिवन हैं उन्हें सिंबॉलिक फॉर्म में लिख रहे हैं. देखें कैसे. इफ इट रेन्स देन इट विल बी कोल्ड. रेन्स का मतलब था P, इट विल बी कोल्ड का मतलब Q. इफ और देन यहां पे मुझे दिख रहे हैं, देयरफॉर वी रिटन एज P implication Q फॉर द फर्स्ट premises. Agreed? Next, if it is cold, then I shall stay at home. Cold means Q, I shall stay at home means R, so we will return this and this is the second premises. Right? Since it rains, this is premises P, this is the third one, therefore I shall stay at home, and this is the conclusion. Right? Now, we can solve this with the help of truth table as well as with the help of the inference rules. We will try to solve this with the help of an inference rule. As we see that this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Now, if I apply hypothetical syllogism on this, that is P implies Q, Q implies R, from equation first and second by applying hypothetical syllogism, we will get P implication with R. Right? Because hypothetical syllogism क्या है? P implication Q, Q implication R will return P in implication R. This is the conclusion of these two premises. Right? Now we will get P implication R, and next is R P, and then we are returning R. Now what will happen if we are left with this and this premises? Now after applying hypothetical syllogism, I will apply now here as modus ponens. Modus ponens is what? P implication R, and second premises is P, then we will result conclusion as R. Hence we can say that this can be proved with the help of the inference rules. Agreed? So what we will do here, we will apply hypothetical syllogism on equation 1 and equation 2, means premises 1 and premises 2, and then after getting the resultant, I will apply modus ponens on equation 3rd and the resultant in order to prove that the conclusion is R. Agreed? Next is, this can be proved using the same process, that is laws of inference. If two sides of a triangle are equal, then the opposite angles are equal. Right? So P is what? Two sides of a triangle are equal. Q is what? The opposite angles of a triangle are equal. So we will simply write P implication Q first premises. Two sides of a triangle are not equal. Not equal means negation P. Right? This is the second premises. Therefore, the opposite angles are not equal. This is conclusion. Therefore, negation Q. So, what we will say for this? We can prove this with the mathematical induction, but here we will prove this with the what? We will prove this with the Modus-Tollon law. Modus-Tollon is what? If P implies Q and negation of P is given to us, then the outcome will be negation of Q. Hence, this can be proved with the Modus-Tollon. That is, P implies Q, negation of Q, and this conclusion will be negation of Q. This is Modus-Tollon law. Agreed. Next is another statement given to us, that is, if it rains, then walking shall be troublesome. If it rains, then walking can be troublesome. If my friend accompanies me, walking shall not be troublesome. If my friend accompanies me, then walking shall not be troublesome. My friend accompanies me, therefore it should not rain. So, what is this? This is conclusion. Now, what we will see here, P denote it rains, Q denote walking shall be troublesome, and R denote my friend accompanies me. Agreed? So, the given argument can be written in symbolic form as P implication Q. किसके लिए? P is what? It rains. Q is what? Walking shall be troublesome. So, what we will say? P implication Q is for this statement. Next, R in implication with negation of Q. R is what? My friend accompanies me. Walking shall not be troublesome. So, the negation of Q. So, what we will get? R in implication with negation of Q. Next, my friend accompanies me, this is R, and this is the conclusion, that is negation of P. So, what we are seeing here, these three are the premises and this is the conclusion, right. So, how can we prove the validity of this argument with the inference rules? Let us see that, right. So, all the premises are written here. This is P implication Q, R implication negation Q. This is premises number 1. So, what we are doing, R in implication with negation Q, what we will do simply, we will perform the contrapositive of this. We will apply the contrapositive of this. So, contrapositive is what? This changes it to here and then negation. So, what we will get? Q in implication with negation R. Now, this and this statement, P implication Q and Q implication negation R with hypothetical syllogism, what we will get? P in implication with negation R. If we get this and R is given to us, so what we will do here? With the help of double negation of R, we will represent it this. So, now what we will say? P implication negation R, negation R का negation will return negation P with the help of Modus-Tollon law. Agreed? तो पहले हमने क्या किया? हमने R implication negation Q पे कॉन्ट्रा पॉजिटिव लगाया, फिर उसके रिजल्टेंट पे और P implication Q पे हमने हाइपोथेटिकल साइलोलिज्म लगाया, उसके बाद हमने R पे डबल नेगेशन लगाया और उसके बाद रिजल्टेंट दोनों इक्वेशंस पे मॉडुस-टोलन के हेल्प से नेगेशन P कंक्लूजन ऑब्टेन किया. दिस इज एन अनदर एग्जांपल वेयर if rents of the hotels are in Shimla and are fixed or the prices of the commodities is reduced, if we directly see this, that if P denotes the rent of the hotels are fixed and Q denotes the prices of the commodities is decreased and R denotes the income of the businessman shall decreases, S denotes the farmer shall feel happy. So, using these notations, what we have written, P or Q in this R, this is equation 1, premise is 1, this is second, this is third and this is the conclusion. Now, how we will prove this? this is given to us, given premises 1 and this is given premises 2, apply hypothetical syllogism, we will obtain this. Now, when we are given negation of S on this and this, after applying modus tollens, what we will get? We will get this. If I get this, then we will apply De Morgan's law on this, then we will get this, right. After applying simplification rule on this, we will get this. This is the conclusion of a derived premises, and the given argument is hereby proved as valid. Hope you all have understood this lecture. In this lecture, I have covered some of the examples on predicate logic as well as on inference logic. Thank you everyone.